Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted episode 175, coming to you live by the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and, of course, Twitch. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined by, of course, the one and only, coming to us from the void, the Joker. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am not bad, mate. I am not bad. Just so that everyone knows, unfortunately, Steve... I was going to say Steve. Steve's actually backstage, but unfortunately, Craig can't join us this week. He's off on a birthday treat. So good. Can we just wish Craig a happy birthday? I believe he is 57 years old this year, today or this week. So he's cracking on a little bit in age. He's a little bit older than the Bison, but you know.
No way. I don't want to say. I honestly thought he was about my age. Fucking hell, Christ! That's like whoa.
No, he's not. He's not really 57, Joe. I'm just trying to wind him up because I know that he's probably listening.
Yeah, Christ! Even now, it'd be amazing if anyone could age that well. Like you'd be like Rhino.
Yeah, Craig is TNI version of Rhino. He's actually 67 years old. 67, mate. Can you believe it? You know, or if you're,
my God.
If you're Eddie Murphy and coming to America, then he's 135 years old when he fought Fraser. Yeah, no, pretty. No, he's a youngster still, mate. I think he is about your age actually. What are you, 37?
34.
34. There you go. So you're 34. I think he's a little bit older. I think he's a little bit older than you, but not a lot. Not a lot. He's in his 30s, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. Handsome devil he is. God damn it. Yeah, so happy birthday to the LimpstarUK, Craig, who's obviously not joining us. He's on a birthday treat. He's not actually said what it is.
No,
we have to ask him what that birthday treat is. But I don't know. I suppose we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure he'll tell us. It could be a nice story for next week, I guess.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Joe? What have you been up to this week?
I've been listening to some new bands that I've never heard of over the Easter holidays.
Right.
And I'm just thinking, what the hell have these guys been? They're fucking amazing. As Cavo is one, and
Cavo, never heard of them. Okay, go on.
And then the other one is Red Sun Rising. Two alternative metal groups that I've that just popped up on the Amazon Alexa thing randomly, playing through some music, and some of their songs are coming up. And so I asked who's playing these songs, and I listened to some more of my stuff like 2 or 3 hours over the weekend, and Monday and Tuesday. And some of the stuff they've done is fucking amazing. And I even got a commented on one of the videos from Cava, and they sent me a message back saying thank you already for the appreciation. So it's amazing to I've been itching to find something different to listen to for a while, and just randomly coming up after every time I've listened to a couple of songs on the Amazon Alexa thing. As it does, it shuffles the bloody playlist. It doesn't play a full album, so it will shuffle everything, and it just kept playing one or two of their songs in between everything else. So it's fantastic.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, mate. I'm glad you liked it. Zach Boniface joined us. Mir Nielsen.
Hello.
He's wishing the Limpster a happy birthday. He's listening to what's that? The Beatles. That's good. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you, bud. Thanks for joining us. And Dragonstorm's back with us again this week. Haven't seen Dragonstorm for a few weeks. It was nice to see you. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
Let us know where you've been. I want to know.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Don't know if you heard, but Santana pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, this is fucking brilliant news. I've not seen the interview, but he's more than happy to come back to TNA.
Yeah,
that's fucking
It's
brilliant.
on my list of things to talk to.
Yeah, so just buzzing just knowing that he is happy to come back, and he's willing to come back, because he's someone that I could have seen go through the X division and possibly world title contender if LAX.
He's a heavyweight, mate. I don't think he would go straight to the main event scene. I think he'd go straight for the title, or he'd be certainly heading for the world title, I would imagine. But yeah, no, he's a hell of a talent. We'll talk about Mike in a second, because and his interview with Chris Van Vliet. We'll talk about that in a second because I did listen to the whole thing, and it was pretty good interview. But let's get cracking. Let's talk about the news, the rumors, and of course the TNA Impact recap of the week. Joe Hendry food fight returning this week. It was featuring Sam LaTurna. If any of you guys know Sam,
brilliant.
Media stuff.
She was really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. He's found a new metal band at the weekend called Turno Canadian Thrash.
Wow.
Or Turno. It's a
Tyno.
Canadian thrash bottle, I guess. Tyno. Do you know them?
No, I don't. But I'm just reading what he's saying as well. I've never heard of them. I'm not so much that into thrash metal or heavy metal as much as I used to be. That was more like back in the early 20s and or having to listen to it through college. But there's still guys like Slipknot I listen to. I used to listen to guys like Trivium and Chimera.
And Chimera, yeah.
Back at college, and I went to see some of them live. And another group I saw stop live was Still Remains, and the lead singer from there did a stage dive and nutted me in the side of the head.
That's cool. That's cool, man. That is cool. I love Trivium. I used to love them. Slipknot were huge. I'm a big fan of Linkin Park. A lot of people probably already know that. And who else did I like a lot? So the System of a Down, big System.
Oh, they were amazing. They were amazing. I like
big
Papa Roach is still on my list.
Papa Roach. I like Disturbed. Oh man, there's some incredible bands that are still pushing out stuff now. There's some great bands. Okay, so anyway, we were talking about Joe Hendry's food fight and Sam LaTurna. She obviously is like a social media interviewer type girl. She's been doing a lot of stuff with TNA recently, which is good to see. Anyway, interesting stuff. She actually trained as a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
She's got a few injuries, which then she had to make a decision on where she went. I think she said she was 3 years in.
Yes, 3 years in, and she had two severely, really bad concussions and then a back injury. And it came to the point where she's questioning, do I drop out of wrestling completely, or do I find another route to go down through pro wrestling? And then, so she went down there, and then she met up with Masha Slamovich, and Masha said to her that, she's got the voice, so why doesn't she go ahead and start a podcast or something like that?
That's right.
Yeah, and I thought that was such a lovely story to hear. And she's interested in possibly going on to commentary in the future, like Vader is doing, and so Cal. And they're two great people to look up to as well for commentary and things like that. So, and if she could get onto commentary in TNA,
yeah,
that would be brilliant. Have her as the third person. Although I love Gia Miller on commentary, I must admit she is great on commentary.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like her. I like her on commentary, definitely. I think she's got a really good voice. I like her. I actually like her accent, so I wish she would actually just talk in her accent a bit more.
Yeah.
I know that obviously she shies away from her accent, but I like it. But yeah, no, Sam is great, and I could see her doing more, like maybe going in the backstage interview and that type of stuff. Could be interesting, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. TNA Plus and YouTube have updated the full version of 2021 Rebellion. That's now free to watch. Hello, Simon. That's now available, obviously free to watch. So make sure you go and check that out if you want to. That's the Kenny Omega and I'm trying to remember. Was it Rich Swann?
Yeah, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Rich Swann and Fiend Juice was the main event at Rebellion. Yeah. It's up.
Yeah, that was
free to watch on YouTube.
That was a great match as well. Actually, thinking about that, we don't have any Josh Alexander retro review this week, guys, unfortunately. So we don't have that. Mustafa Ali makes the front page of the PWI, displaying his X Division Championship, his TNA X Division Championship proudly. They made a thing of this obviously last week on TNA Impact. And of course, it's been all over the socials. I think it's really cool.
I loved the spot he did last week on it. That was brilliant. He completely blanks out like Samoa Joe was there before him. He just he doesn't know who Samoa Joe is. So that was hilarious.
Yeah, who's Samoa Joe? Yeah.
Then he's got Rhino behind him. Well, we all know what Rhino's got to say to people.
Yeah, we do. Fuck off. But yeah, so that was interesting stuff, and I think it's good to see that PWI are now willing to sort of kind of like put a spotlight a little bit more on TNA, which is great. Ace Austin has re-signed with TNA. That was a bit of good news, especially after the news that we had last week of Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Motor City Machineguns moving on. I thought that was great. So
it's been a bangorama.
Oh, it certainly has. It certainly has, Ace. There is no doubt. So that's good to see as well. Let's have a look. The Rebellion card so far, we've got Jake Something versus Mustafa Ali for the X Division title. We've got EY versus Kaz, Full Metal Mayhem. The System, obviously Eddie and Myers taking on Speedball Mountain for the tag titles. We've also got Jordynne Grace versus, I've got Jordynne Grave written on my prompt sheet. Jordynne Grave versus Steph De Lander for the Knockouts title. And we've also got Moose, obviously, versus Nick Nemeth for the world title in the main event. What are your thoughts on Rebellion card so far, Joe?
It's looking brilliant. The Steph De Lander match came a bit out of nowhere. I must admit, I was hoping there would have been someone in the match, but then who would have been the right choice? The thing is, Zaya Brookside would have been or Tasha Steelz have just had chances up in the spotlight, and it would be about Steph De Lander coming back. It's just, wow, that's fucking brilliant. And
Max, just don't know how long she's going to stay. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the only downside. So it's most likely going to be another sure victory for Jordynne Grace. But then, whoever's going to come after her now has got a really massive set of boots to fill. After Tasha Steelz, and then after Steph De Lander, he's going to try and take their spot now. Possibly Giselle Shaw, because she's been away for a while, so I think she might be back soon.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it would be good.
Some of it.
I have seen Giselle put some posts up saying on the road or something, or the countdown begins or something. So she's obviously on her way back. I still think that Slamovich should be getting a run. I have a funny feeling we're going to get Jordynne Grace versus Masha Slamovich at Bound for Glory, and this time Slamovich is going to win.
Yeah, we've got to get a rubber match between the two of them at least.
That would be incredible.
Even if it's for the title, or even rubber match between them, because they tore the shit out of each other.
Yeah, man,
amazing.
Definitely, I think that would be an amazing match. I mean, last time it was at Bound for Glory, it was an incredible match. Yeah. One of my favorite matches, actually, of like the knockouts for a long time. I still put that ahead of many matches. Great match. This week we had Xplosion, and we have got Guillermo goes around the ring with Danny Luna, obviously Subculture Danny Luna. We relived the Macklin versus Saban from Impact. We've got Tasha Steelz versus Ava Everett. Tasha gets the win, but it's good to see Ava Everett getting her debut match. I hope she sticks around. It'd be good to see her on Impact. What do you think of Ava?
She was really impressive. She really held her own against Tasha Steelz in this match. She had a lot of confidence coming down to the ring and just didn't back down. It was really, really good match. And I enjoyed it a hell of a lot.
I'm enjoying Xplosion at the moment. I think they need to get back to the two matches, the two fresh matches. But because last couple of weeks they've just done one fresh match and it's been like a recap type thing going on. It's a bit like BTI again. You know what I mean? It's a bit like BTI, but it's called Xplosion, which is weird. I preferred it, the other format. I think it was better in the other format. But it's good to see Tasha getting a win.
Yeah.
Had a few losses lately. Nice to see her get a win. Now, we were talking about this earlier. Mike Santana was talking to Chris Van Vliet. He says that TNA is not off the table. Praises how the company has rebuilt itself, etc. He was marking out over the way that they reintroduced TNA or the rebrand. He was marking out over that. There was lots of very positive talk coming from him with regards to TNA. Whether that means that he's coming to TNA, I don't know. It would be nice if we did get a run, or he signed with the company. That would be awesome. I don't think he's going to sign because I think he's going to be one of these guys that go on the whole, where is he going to turn up next type scenario.
Yeah.
But he will. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a run from him in TNA with that, which would be great. But yeah, a hell of a talent. He talked about his fight with addiction, alcoholism.
Yeah.
He was very open about all of that stuff, open about his family background, where he came from. He's proud to be a New Yorker, 5150 and all that. So yeah, interesting. I mean, I've thrown a few scenarios out there. I had a bit of a head-to-head with Conan earlier today. I don't know if anyone saw that. But somebody put out there about having Conan and Mike and the two young lads come in as the new LAX to TNA, and my comment was, well, I could see LAX coming in, but I think it'd be better if it was just Mike leading the charge with two youngsters, as the tag team. So he would be the man, going for the main event stuff, and the tag team would go for the tag titles and whatnot. So we don't need Conan, and he kind of replied, give me a diss, and I finished that diss off. He hasn't replied yet.
Yeah, I'm sure Conan is just being in character. Conan is pretty chilled.
Yeah,
you stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't happy. But there you go. I can't call him Santana here because that's not what he wants to be called. He wants to be called Mike Santana. So I'm happy to go with what the man himself.
Yeah. So the idiot who's called himself Mike Santana is the man himself. So who's the idiot who's calling the idiot the idiot?
Yeah. There you go. So it should be good. At the end of the day, some really good stuff going on in there. Simon saying that De Lander and Cardona are both per appearance deals, as if De Lander does get the title, it's an interim thing. Yeah, I mean, there is a possibility, but I can't see it. I mean, Kylan King needs to, but unfortunately she's injured. So she's not going to be around for at least another 6 months or so.
Yeah, so she could be back for Slammiversary, possibly Bound for Glory. But if Kylan King could come back and get a short push into next year for the Knockout Style That Hard to Kill, that would be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, man, totally.
But
I mean, Barry's talking about here. He's saying that not much has changed really to TNA.
Yeah,
he's good with that because he liked Impact. Well, I have to say, I think a lot has changed. I think at the end of the day, right, that this is the thing, okay? So, Impact was Impact. I don't think the show itself has changed much. I mean, we've seen a decline recently in the quality of the cameras being used, I think. I mean, it's not been HD.
That must be a curse of Canada, because there always seems to be something different every time they go to Canada. Sometimes
I don't know what it is.
When it was Impact, the production value was better in Canada, and now they're up there as TNA. It seems to be going a bit one-sided.
It's kind of weird. It's gone downhill a little bit ever since, because it wasn't great in the last episode either, which was not in Canada. That was in Philly. That was at the 2300 Arena.
Yeah,
and it wasn't great there either. So it's almost like they've stopped using the cameras that they were using for like Snake Eyes, Hard to Kill, the Florida tapings. All of a sudden, they've gone back to using the low.
Yeah.
What's this? When the tapings has a pay-per-view, the production is better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could see almost. We can almost sort of. And right now, we can almost like tell the difference again, and that's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. They need to get. They need to be consistent. I think it's down to the issue. I think they're not using the same team all the time. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
I think they use local production teams, and they need to at least bring their own cameras, because they've got to film in HD. They're not filming in HD. I'm not sorry, but Canada, the Philly tapings were not HD cameras.
No,
were not.
Mike Bay and Eddie Edwards had 3 different colors throughout the entire match at some point.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and I don't understand how they can't set those to a standard, color. I don't get it. But
Howdy,
anyway,
J-Bone.
Howdy, buddy. Nice to see you.
J-Bone.
So yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Now, Tony Khan releases 10 plus wrestlers, something he said he would never do. So is Tony going back on his word? Because I've heard there's going to be a few more released.
I don't think he's going back on his word. It's it's something that they can promise is not going to happen, but it's going to happen regardless. The roster itself was bloated to begin with, but for anyone to say that he's going back on his word, and me of all people not defending him because I criticized the WWE over this, but now taking a bit more of a less biased stance or trying to be a bit more professional about it as best I can. The roster is bloated and there's too many people not getting used, so cuts are going to happen regardless. And he's just signed Mercedes Moné, which is a fucking great grab, and the audience aren't engaged in it as you'd bloody expect. They instead they're just taking the piss.
Yeah.
Which is it's so he's chucks a load of money into one superstar, and it's just not the budget for everything else.
We came here for a lot of money.
That's basically it. That is basically it. I think the problem, I don't know what the problem is. The problem is he did state he would not release people. He would let people's contracts run out. And if he decided he didn't want to re-sign them, he wouldn't. But now he's actually releasing people. So I think, I think that's what it is. But I don't know. Apparently, we need to let everybody know that there is a 4-day sale in the spread shop. So there you go. New impacted design, 20% off. Boom!
Wow.
We got the new impacted logo shirt is available now, along with loads of other things as well. But
I'm gonna have to have a look.
We'll have to have a look. It's definitely worth a look. Lots of 20% off. Awesome. So STP can't wait for tomorrow live stream and review show. Oh, that's nice. I think it's going to be. I think it's a good thing that stars are now being released when they're not being used. I mean, what's the point? These guys need to get out there and wrestle, don't they? They need to get in front of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's a few that have been released. I know that is it Parker Bordeaux was one. I think is it Grayson was another.
I honestly don't.
Barry Monkey, Stu Grayson. He used to tag with Alan Angels. That's right, he did. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, will we pick some of these guys up? Possibly.
Yeah. I can see him. If Alan Angels would get his old tag team partner, but that would be good. Because Alan Angels is great as he is now, but I'd love to see him in a tag team and go through the tag division. That would be great. Have them go up against the ABC sometime. Although they seem to be splitting off a bit now.
Yeah, definitely. I quite like the name Stuff Grayson. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with Stuff Grayson. Oh dear. But there you go. Okay, the question is, will Matt Hardy return to TNA? We've seen Matt making waves and making bold statements recently that he reckons that him and his brother or whatever have got another run in them, and I think he's got some unfinished business with the Broken character. I mean, could we see Broken Matt Hardy return to TNA? What do you think?
I'm all open for the Hardys to return, even if regardless of the circumstances. That TNA said to Matt and Jeff after things have fell apart that you're welcome to return anytime you guys are ready to return. When they got all that sorted. And honestly, Matt and Jeff Hardy, they get a lot of shit now because of everything that's happened and because of Jeff Hardy in general. Because of all the health issues he's had and all the problems he's had. But they're a fucking amazing team. They're two of my favorite wrestlers in the entire world. And
both of them can hardly walk, mate. I got to say, Matt Hardy is basically I don't know what you want to call like a poster boy for like what happens to your knees if you just keep going and going and going. The dude struggles to walk, let alone go in the ring now.
Yeah, but if they're willing to come in and put on some hell of amazing matches and put guys over or put themselves over and make the guys that
Well,
they're
that's the
beating
problem, Joe. I
look
don't think they would
good.
put on amazing matches. I don't think they would put on amazing matches because the days are gone where they could abuse their bodies like they used to. But he's got a really good mind. He's got a very creative mind. And could someone like Matt Hardy do a good job behind the scenes?
Yes, I've said Matt Hardy is one of the masters of reinvention and one of the best creative minds in pro wrestling at the moment.
I think for me, maybe they could come in and finish off the Broken Hardy thing or whatever, but I think there's more of a role for him backstage at someone like TNA, to be honest, with his creative head on, because I think he's incredibly creative, and I'd like to see something like that, definitely. Could we see Leon Slater's tag partner, Man Like Doris, on TNA?
Yes, please. Yes,
now,
please.
I've seen that obviously he's getting booked in the US. He's currently in the US. He's doing a kind of like a little tour of some of the indie promotions in the US at the moment. From what I can gather, the crowd are absolutely loving him, which I would be surprised that they're not.
Eric Young needs to be talking to the guys in charge now and tell them just how fucking good he is. Because Eric Young versus
baby!
Yeah, he is good. He is good, Steve. He is good. And I was surprised that when we went to see the UK tour in October, that he was not on the card. Yeah. I thought that he would have been someone that they would have definitely been looking at. And no slate on Leon, but Doris was the more established pro wrestler at that point. And he was kind of taking Leon under his wing, and now Leon sort of kind of got the deal. Doris is now chasing a deal. So I don't know. I'd like to see them. I would like to see both of them.
Boisterous Behavior versus
Boisterous
ABC.
Behavior would be awesome. Oh my God.
That would just imagine that? Yeah.
Boisterous Behavior versus the Rascals would be insanely good. So anyway, guys, if you've not seen Leon and Doris as a tag team, you go and check out Boisterous Behavior. Go and check them out on YouTube or whatever, because trust me, they are a hell of a tag team. And I just love the Lyrical Dragon's way of coming on, the way he comes in, he raps his own theme tune and stuff. I mean, he's great. He's great. Got his own thing going on.
He's the lyrical dragon. He's amazing.
He is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So go and check him out. I think those already booked up for other shows during the tour date, so he couldn't make any of them. Oh,
he was in very high demand by the tail end of last year.
Oh, he's definitely.
Yeah, he was
definitely.
He was all over the place last year in a good way, not in a bad way for those that are in the UK and think I was all over the place. He's fucking.
I think he's great. I honestly think he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite UK talents right now. So
yeah, awesome. Charles Crowley's coming over to the US now with Alexis Falcon, the cheeky little buggers there, causing mayhem.
Cheeky little buggers.
They're amazing.
They are funny. They are.
We love the cheeky little buggers, the imp of pro wrestling, the master tricks of a spectacular Charles Crowley. Someone I'd love to have back on.
I'd love to see him turn up on a TNA as well. You imagine him doing the backstage skits. I mean, he'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, he'd have people in stitches. I could have him and Joe Hendry going up against each other and then try and outdo each other.
Yeah. I think Charles would win. I got to say, I think Charles would win. Okay, let's chat about this past week's Impact, shall we?
Okay.
Let's do it. So opening matchup is the 8-4-1 knockouts match. Personal concierge to Ash by Elegance informs us that due to a jaw injury caused by Zaya Brookside last week, that they found a replacement in Steph De Lander. After a fun match, Steph De Lander pins Rosemary to earn a shot for the knockouts title at Rebellion. This was a really fun match. Now, was there a couple of errors here and there? Yes, there was. It wasn't perfect, but it was a good match. It was fun and enjoyable to watch, wasn't it, Joe?
It was a great match. I enjoyed it. Nothing wrong with the knockouts matches. No, I thought I loved it. The start of it, Rosemary grabbing Jessica and just smashing her head off off of Steph De Lander.
Yeah, there was some really cool spots. And like I said, a couple of things didn't quite work. But in general, I think it was a pretty fun match, and a lot went on. There's a lot of storytelling. Obviously we found a way of continuing the Zaya and Ash storyline was in there as well.
Yeah, her dress got destroyed again.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was just continues to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
But there you go. Now, after the match, backstage, the dissension within Time Machine continues. Alex Shelley accuses Chris Sabin of looking out for himself and his singles match against Steve Macklin tonight. Shelley thinks that maybe he should do the same thing after Chris Bay failed to become the number one contender for the X Division Championship at last week. Ace Austin tells him that they could be focusing on reclaiming the TNA World Tag Team titles instead. Bay vows to take care of Frankie Kazarian, which Austin was unable to do on his own. Now, with this, are we starting to see a little bit of dissension here, not only between Time Machine but also ABC? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, but that's what was crossing my mind then. And now that Ace Austin's re-signed with TNA, there's still not much information on Chris Bay. I think he's still got another year left on his contract still. So, but it's like I don't want to see these guys breaking up now. You know, they've only just got their own entrance music separate from the Bullet Club, so they're and things like that. So things like moving forward from that way. But I could see them splitting apart, going for a couple of singles runs for a couple of months, coming back as a tag team to then finally put that world tag team title rematch that they still got on them into play.
Yeah, definitely. And can I just point out, Mir, you're correct. Matt Cardona did turn up to help. I think he did the roster cut to help Steph De Lander win.
No, he did. Yeah, radio silence to Rosemary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it sounds like you bastard.
Yeah. That's right. That's what happened. I remember now. But there you go.
Oh, that's mean.
It was very mean.
Plus, Rosemary didn't bite his balls off. Like the way he basically teabagged her into the mat. Rosemary could have just bit down really hard and made him jump off screaming.
Right, the Grizzled Young Vets blame Cody Deaner for their loss to the Time Splitters last week. Deaner makes his way to the ring, reveals that Director of Authority granted him a match against one of them. Deaner lets the fans decide that they want him to take on both. Deaner clotheslined James Drake over the top rope before being blindsided by Gibson. After a good effort, Drake pins Deaner to get the victory. I mean, it was a 2-on-1.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, Deaner's being a man of his word. He said he's going to do what the fans want him to do.
Yeah,
the fans wanted both. So
the fans want him getting his ass kicked by the looks of it. But there you go. So Dream picks June to get the victory. Josh Alexander comes out to the ring and calls out Hammerstone. But instead, we get Tracy Williams answering the call. And I have to say, it was an incredible match. Josh finally gets the victory at the end. But whilst Josh holds Williams' hand high, Hammerstone blindsides Josh in the ring. And well, I'm sure that's setting something up for the future. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get Alexander versus Hammerstone 3. You know, Josh needs that headgear back. And I think hopefully it'll be in like a 2 out of 3 falls or something, given the style they got. I don't want this to go down like an ODQ route. I want to see them really, really take each other to the limit in like an Iron Man match.
We could have an ultimate headgear match.
Yeah.
Couldn't we? We could hang the headgear,
the
title. Yeah. And that's what we could have. Ultimate headgear match. I think that'd be great. But yeah, so it's definitely heading towards something there, isn't it? That's for sure. maybe we'll get it announced. We're going to get Hammerstone again at Rebellion. I don't know. I kind of feel that because I mean, obviously, it's not been announced for Josh what he's doing yet. I don't know. I think they need to drag it out a bit longer. Ooh, for me. God, I'm smattering me tonight. But we'll see. We'll see. Backstage, Mustafa Ali tries to convince Santana, Mike Santina. No, not Mike. I'm not talking about Mike Santana. I'm talking about Santina Morella. That Jake something is too big for the X division. And of course, Santina Morella is like, well, it's not about weight limits. It's about no limits, blah, blah, blah. And we get the explanation of what the X division is all about. And of course, inadvertently, he kind of Mustafa Ali sort of puts some sort of scenario together that includes Rhino, which sort of kind of finds him insulting Rhino in some way. I like the bit where he's like, Rhino, he's behind us. Nice classic moment. He's behind you. Like I always say,
pantomime moment. He's behind you.
Wrestling is a cross between a soap opera and a soap opera and what we were calling it here in the UK a pantomime. And that was a classic pantomime moment right there. He's behind you.
Oh, no, he's not.
Yes, no, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. But yeah, there you go. So we end up with Rhino wanting a match. And he didn't say fuck off to him, though, which was good.
Off.
He wants to have a match, but he wants to go. He's not interested in the title. He wants to go old school rules.
Yeah.
And this is going to happen this week on Impact. So
it's been
sanctioned. We've got it this week. Next up is Eddie Edwards versus Mike Bailey. And man,
brilliant match.
What a match this was. You have to admit, two of the best pro wrestlers on the planet, in my opinion, go at it one-on-one. Eventually, Eddie hits Speedball with the Boston Knee Party to pick up the victory. But boy, what a match. Joe, you love this match, didn't you?
They took each other to the limit. It's an incredible match. Some of the kicks that Mike Bailey did deliver to Eddie Edwards, that they ranged louder than his chops usually do. And he's one of the hardest hitting chops in the business. I'm fucking hell, it's just insane. And then Speedball just going crazy, going after Myers as well. It was always good to see. Myers, unless you're getting involved, they get a whack or two. The finish here, Eddie Edwards really does the Boston Knee Party to the back of the head, mostly because of the danger for a concussion, things like that.
Yeah.
For him to break that and go full blown dirty heel mode, take him up the worst way possible. A great way to just show that the system always wins, and this is how the system works.
Exactly, the system always wins, man. The system always wins. But that was a good victory, I think, for Eddie Edwards and the system. A really good match. PCO. We got a vignette with PCO wants to settle the score with Con in a monster's ball. Again, Con.
Yeah.
But in this instance, it worked quite well, and we're going to get Monsters Ball, which we thought we were going to get.
Yeah, we should have got no surrender. It would have been a lot more interesting.
It would. We then find out why Rich joined AJ Francis, and that their name moving forward will be First Class. And the saying is, if you're not in first class, you're last. I think that's a really shit catchline, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's just as bad as being banned from diving.
But yeah.
You are banned from diving.
You are
banned from diving.
So it would be interesting anyway where this goes. I am interested to see where it goes, because I think I'm down with this AJ Francis character at the moment, so I'm interested to see where it goes. But yeah, we then get Laredo Kid sitting down with Tom Hannafan, and it looks like Laredo Kid is he's basically after Crazy Steve, and he's obviously gunning for that DMC title. So I quite like the way they sort of like talked about Laredo Kid's growing up and his injury and all that kind of stuff. I thought I quite like this segment, and it didn't end. It didn't end badly for anybody.
Yeah. Tom Hannafin can breathe a sigh of relief for once.
yeah.
No, I thought it was brilliant too, and it does remind everyone that Laredo Kid did have a title match against Crazy Steve, but because he couldn't get to Canada, or I think it was Canada, where it was, so Joe Hendry had to take his place. So and he's got no gripes with Joe Hendry about it. It's just how the business works and everything, which is it's all good to see. He's all like fine with that, but he's still due that match, and so hopefully we'll be seeing that at Rebellion. And I'm really looking forward to it because he's such a great wrestler. I've been a huge fan of his since I first saw him come into TNA. He's amazing.
He is good. He is good. Deserves a little, a little bit of spotlight.
He deserves a strap because I've been itching for him to get the X Division title for ages, and it's just not happened. So DMC title would be good for him too. Just some gold would be good.
Yeah, definitely well worth it. He's been around. He's been quite loyal to TNA as well, which is good. Okay, Steve Macklin versus Chris Sabin main event. After what Husky said was a great match. It was one of those. Oh, I love this match. It was great. So really good match, showcasing Steve Macklin, I thought, really well. And of course, Steve eventually getting the victory over Chris Sabin, and then Impact goes off the air. Now, am I right in saying, did you feel that this match was very much highlighting Steve Macklin?
Yes. It was basically Chris Sabin really putting Steve Macklin over. Because we do know that after this set of tapings, the Motor City Machine Guns are basically gone. So this is really Sabin just letting everyone see how fucking good Steve Macklin is. That version of the KIA, which goes almost like Gangrels and Palo DDT. That is such a badass move. I love that so much. And when we get to see that executed rather than just to lift up and drop on the floor like Mick Foley would do with the double arm DDT, that version is just amazing. That Macklin did to Sabin. And Sabin put on a hell of a fight in this match too. Not to say Sabin was sloppy or anything like that, because Sabin is far from sloppy in any of his matches.
Definitely from sloppy.
Macklin just took him to the limit, and it was so great.
Oh, well, how about that? Joseph's back, and he's not been around because he's had a baby.
Congratulations,
Joe. Well done. Absolutely fantastic. Do we have a name? Is it a man?
I love this match.
Is it gender? Well, are we a boy or girl or something else? I don't know. What's going on, Joe? Let us know, man. I think that's fantastic news.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, bud. That's awesome. And thanks for coming back, as you haven't been around for a while. Very nice to see you. Now, guys, before we go on, we need you guys to hit that thumbs up button and share the show to help us move up those rankings. And if you're feeling flush, then please feel free to throw a super sticker our way. They're always very, very welcome. Yes, Mr. Bone, Joseph is met us at, I'm trying to remember, Wrestle Carnival show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember, Joe, whether you were at TNA. I don't think you were. I don't think you were, but we definitely met him at Wrestle Carnival show. Great guy. Spent the whole time with us, having a bit of banter. Great guy. Big fan of the show. So it's great to have you back. Checking us out, buddy. It is great to have you back. Hope that the next time TNA come to the UK, you come and join us at a show. That'd be fantastic. But anyway, let's talk about this Thursday. We've got some interesting stuff this Thursday as well. So we've got Ash by Elegance versus Zaya Brookside. That's something that's been coming for a while, hasn't it?
Oh yes, it's something that I've been chewing at the bit for a while. Hoping we'll see.
I thought it had already been advertised at one point and then didn't turn up.
No, yeah, I thought it was advertised. I'm sure I did see it advertised, and then or I seen it advertised, and it was probably this week.
Taken away again.
Yeah.
No. It was definitely advertised a few weeks ago, definitely, and then it came back again, which is interesting.
One thing I do want to see while she's there, I want to see Steph De Lander versus Zaya Brookside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the match I've already called for, and Steph De Lander came back because I want to see her and Zaya Brookside.
Definitely. Hey, Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Okay, so By Elegance versus Zaya. That's going to be a big match. I think that's going to end up in a DQ for some reason. Just have a funny feeling. Then we'll get that again at Rebellion or something. Mustafa Ali versus Rhino. Old school rules. Interesting stuff there. Yeah, that should be. Well, I don't think Mustafa Ali's going to know what hit him, to be honest. I think that's going to be crazy. We've also got Chris Bay trying to do what Ace Austin couldn't do by taking on Frankie Kazarian. And we've also got the big match of the night, Nick Nemeth versus Alex Shelley. Again, I'm assuming that we're going to get Shelley putting over Nemeth in a big way, leading into Rebellion. I'm sure that's what we're gonna see there. What are your thoughts on those matches, Joe?
I'm looking forward to Alex Shelley versus Nick Nemeth. That's going to be amazing. And that was set up pretty well too. You know, Alex Shelley just saying, you know, let's not wait until you're champion. Let's just go for it now. And
Yep.
And it also does give Nick Nemeth more merit if he beats Alex Shelley, and he can say, "Look, I have beaten a former world champion now, so you can't dismiss me going for the." He's beaten a world champion already. You've beaten Steve Mackin, but I've beaten two former world champions now, so you can't say I don't deserve this title shot. So, but it's going to be an absolute banger. This match, Zaya Brookside versus By Elegance is going to be good too. We're really going to see Ash put to the test now. So that's been a long time coming.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know Zaya can go. Zaya can go. So
amazing.
That's going to be a good match. They also know each other as well. They're not. I don't think they're new to each other. So
no, they go back a long way. They go. I think they both trained together, or they both started in wrestling around at the same time or something. So they know each other really well. So it's going to be really good to see what they can do.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you got the Rhino match with Mustafa Ali, old school rule. Again, you know, that's going to be mayhem for all, I'm sure.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. And Chris Bay trying to do what Ace Austin couldn't do and take out Frankie Kazarian. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another match added. There normally is when we have a short advertised card. There's normally like the odd, you know, impromptu match is made on the night type scenario. So that should be good. Norbert's saying that any character of Cody Deaner, even cousin Cody Deaner, I do not want to see on my TV. Oh, that's a shame, Norbert, because you know, I like Cody. He's a good guy, so it is a shame. But listen up, guys. That's all we have time for this week. Also, if you want to show your support for the TNI UK team, then please feel free to super sticker us or head over to the prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Impact, yeah, for some great shirts, or head over to the exclusive Spreadshirt store, which is accessible via the YouTube channel. We've got a 20% sale on for the next 4 days, so make sure you go check that out. Plus, we've got the brand spanking new impacted logo stuff available. I mean, there's all sorts on there. We've got tote bags, we've got hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got mugs. I mean, we got it all. Hats, caps, impacted caps. I mean, it's all on there, guys. Go and check it out. All TNI shows are available to all of you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you list your favorite shows, we are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can jump onto the Twitter, X, whatever it's calling itself, or YouTube and Facebook. Look for hashtag empty space, hashtag Into the Void. Or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and you sense humor, hashtag Daily Giggle. That approach might keep your sanity. Or you can follow me on Twitter at JOK Empty Space.
There you go. If you're interested to find out a little bit more about, of course, the Limpster, himself. I believe he's available at LimpstarUK on the social medias. Go and check that out. I know he's got some great music videos and stuff like that. He's a DJ. He really is a DJ. So go and check all that stuff out. If you're interested in following TNI on the socials, we're obviously on every single social media platform. You just need to type in @WeTalkImpact and you'll find us. Go and give us a follow, guys. The more follows we get, the better. Find me at Lord Bison 45 on the X. Pretty much where you find me. Also, I do have a TikTok now at Bison by Design. I had some new videos up recently, so go and check that out. Nice little channel. I also started promoting this show on there as well. So loads of stuff on TikTok. Go and check that out at Bison by Design. Please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out each and every week. And of course, what do? We talk TNA. So whatever we do is always going to be TNA related. If you're a TNA fan, this is a channel that you want to subscribe to. This is a channel that you want to make sure you hit that bell for, and make sure you check out every single thing that we put up. Interviews with stars, with TNA stars. We do reviews, we do previews, we do watch-alongs with the Bone Man. So there's loads of things that we do, guys. You know, get involved, check us out, hit the sub. You know, even join the channel, because you can join the channel now. You can subscribe to the channel, join the channel. That's cool. We've got like a community on there, which is great. So get involved in that. But with all that said, I have been Bison, and he has been the one and only, coming to us from the void, the Joker. And this has been episode 175 of Impacted.
Take care, guys.